I appreciate you all having me, and yeah, it's been a hectic last few weeks. I also bought a house and moved. So I haven't been playing as much pickleball as I would like, but it was fun to get out there and get to play with you all and get reminded that playing pickleball is kind of the best way to really get to know everybody, and hope you guys all got to experience the Pickleheads platform in a small way. You know, we spent a lot of time describing it, but there's no better way to kind of learn about it than to get to play in it. So I'm sorry if I mispronounced anyone's name. Obviously, running these things is challenging, and I was also playing in it and kind of running at the same time. But yeah, before we get the slides pulled up, I'll just give a quick backstory on Pickleheads. So we started out a couple years ago. We were not insiders of pickleball by any stretch of the imagination. We were just three passionate players that really saw an opportunity to expand access to the sport. Well, I guess I'll wait till this pops up, but to really expand access to the sport through technology, and especially here. All right. Okay, so the mission of the company has always been to increase access to pickleball through technology. You know, this is us, this is our team. That's me all the way over there. We're a fully remote team here in the U.S. Max in Atlanta, Ian in San Francisco, myself here in Phoenix. And we are technology entrepreneurs. We've been building consumer and tech companies for about 10 years. And we're all passionate pickleball players. And we saw an opportunity in our own experience to increase access to the sport through technology. Technology has changed almost every single industry, and we saw no reason it wouldn't happen in pickleball. So the Pickleheads platform, it really helps players do a few important things, which I'll talk about in a second, but finding places to play, organizing games with their groups, connecting with local players. It's all made possible on the platform. And in the last 2 years, Pickleheads has become, I think, far and away the largest and most popular platform in North America and probably the world. From what data we can see, almost 1 million players visit the site every month and use it to find, play, and connect with local groups. And it is the #1 app in iOS and Android. So if you go to the next slide. So we announced a partnership with the Global Pickleball Federation a few weeks ago, and really the whole vision there was to take what we've done here in the United States and North America and bring it to the world and help bring pickleball to the world through the platform. And so what I'm here and on behalf of the team offering to you all, the ways that we can help you accomplish that in your country is a few ways, but really free access to the platform. You know, we spend a lot of time, money, resources building it here, and we know how time-consuming it can be. And as you're thinking about how do you get this valuable information in the hands of players so they can discover the sport, we want to make Pickleheads available to you all if you wish to work with us. We also have the mobile app, and there is time and resource to launch that locally in the local app stores. It's only available in the US, Canada, Mexico, Australia, in the Philippines right now. But through this partnership, we hope to bring it to all of your countries if you wish to work with us. I'm also proud about this third one. We've built a custom dashboard, so you'll be able to see in real time how many facilities, courts, games, groups, all the activity in your country in a real-time dashboard. There's nothing else like that. We started with it for USA Pickleball, and we've built it now for every single country in the GPF. In exposure to our audience, we have 250,000 players on our email newsletter. If there's a big tournament or some other event you want to bring awareness to, we can play a part in that. So if you go to the next slide, a lot of people know Pickleheads, especially here, as a court and game finder, and that's something that we do well. It's obviously the first place a lot of players turn to, but we do a lot more than that. And so if you think about just finding a court, that doesn't do you any good if there's not anybody there playing or you're not getting connected with actual players. So what we do is players find courts on Pickleheads, but once they've done that, we drop them in a group chat with all the players that play at that court, so they're meeting people. And from there, they're connecting with others at their level, all the way to the point where now they can organize a game. And I'm glad you guys got to see the round robin tool in action. That's something that a lot of people don't know that we do. But you can imagine someone finds a court on Pickleheads, and then a few months later, they've met everybody. They're running their own round robin, just like I did for you all yesterday. And so those are all the tools that we empower for players. If you go to the next slide. So this is a screenshot of the dashboard. It's shown here, I think, for Canada. So if Canada's here in the room and wondering how many facilities that we're tracking here on Pickleheads, 1,568. But you probably can't see it, but there's a filter you could drop down to any country in the GPF in the world, and you will get access to this. Now, I'll say the more member nations that work with us and the better data that we can get ingested, the more complete picture we can provide for how pickleball is growing throughout the world, and that's something that we hope to accomplish. It will take time for sure, but we are excited to debut this and get this into your hands, and it'll just get better and better. If you go to the next slide. So this is a question that we get a lot, like how do you get your data? And Michael actually emailed me this great question a few weeks ago, so I want to take a minute to explain it. What we do is we start out with our research team. We look at all publicly available information, and we try to seed a market. It's to make it a baseline level of usefulness where players can go and find information. But at the same time, we're not local on the ground, so we can only do the best that we can. But what happens next is once you have baseline level of information, then players can submit information. They can add new courts, they can suggest edits, and it just gets better and better. And right now we process over 1,000 suggestions every single month here in North America. Well, if you go back just 1 second. But in the United States, we actually did source 1, and then we went to source 3. But source 2 is really the federation input of here in the US, USA Pickleball and the ambassadors and all this wealth of knowledge. We didn't have access to that until a few months ago, until we had our partnership. So really what that meant was our first data set was pretty incomplete, and we got complaints all the time that information was wrong, and it actually took a long time before user submissions got it to a place where it was in a really good spot. What we're hoping to do with this partnership is start out with really the first 2 sources and work with you all to get the best information possible for players so that when folks do start submitting edits and improving the database, it's in a better, more accurate spot to start. But a good analogy is like Wikipedia. Started out, probably didn't have the best information, and now it kind of has almost all the most accurate information in the world. So that's kind of how the core platform works. Go to the last slide here. So we have the partnership. We would love to work with you all. We've tried to make it very simple. If you do want to get in touch, I've got some cards here, or Ruth can send you my information. But really, we'll collaborate. We'll take in any information that you have, where the courts are. We can work with a lot of different formats. And we'll make our platform available. All we ask in return is a link to us so players can find the platform. And then we'll tell the world. We'll put you in our newsletter. We'll put your logo on our homepage and really bring awareness to our partnership and to activity in your country. So thank you all. We're honored to be part of the GPF and helping to grow pickleball globally. And thank you so much for having me.